Welcome to footballgameplan.com, where football makes sense. I'm Emery Hunt, the czar of the playbook. Bring you an NFL matchup, Week 16 battle between the New York Jets and the Chicago Bears. Now let's look at the Jets coming in offensively. Now, two things when you're playing a cover two defense. The first thing that's important, you look at the matchup between your talented offensive line. All five guys have to keep their front four out of the backfield. I know it's an easy task. It sounds easy, but you guys have to make sure you stay aggressive, fire off the football, win at the point of attack. Because if you allow a cover two defense's front four to live in the backfield, that's going to pose problems for the passing game. It's also going to disrupt the running lane because the linebackers are going to have free flow to the football. So it's up to that offensive line to make sure you guys dominate up front. A lot of running downhill in this game is going to be key. You want to force Julius Peppers also to be a run defender. Don't allow him to use his greatest strength, which is rushing a passer. You have to make sure you run the football, run at Peppers, force him to stop the run consistently. And you find out when you're in the passing game, you're going to be able to widen these guys out. And that's another way you weaken the cover two defense, by widening out the pressure and attacking those voids in the cover two, which are behind the linebackers, in front of the safety, and the deep halves of the behind the corners, and on the sidelines, and also behind the corners, sideline on both sides of the field. So that's going to be important. Now, defensively coming in, it goes without saying, guys, you guys are a pressure style defense. You're going to want to play the run on the way to the quarterback, because Mike Marks will pull a plug on the run game quick if it gets stops a couple of times. So you want to play the run, constant pressure on Jay Cutler. You want to keep him bottled up. You don't want Cutler to get on the move, because he has a strong enough arm to throw well on the run, and he's an athletic guy that can make plays with his legs. So you want to keep him bottled up so you get that push instead of pressure. A lot of A-gap pressure this week against Cutler. Now, the Bears coming in, you want to show the Jets that you can run the football. The Jets' run defense has shown some leakage, and that's something that's going to be key, guys. You guys have Forte back there, Chester Taylor and company. Don't be afraid to run the football a lot this week. That's going to weaken that pressure of the 3-4 defense and allow Cutler to have much more time to throw the football, especially if you guys go to a 3-by-1 set, a 2-by-1 set where you have two wide receivers on one side, a wide receiver on this side with a tight end. Now you attack the slot corner of the New York Jets, guys. So if you want to put Hester in the slot and allow him to get that football quickly and make that first guy miss, because if you get the football to Hester quickly, it's almost like a punt return. So that's one thing that's important. Get Hester the football quick in space, allow him to make guys miss, and allow him to see the field as he sees it when he's returning kicks. Now, defensively coming in, guys, don't be afraid to send the blitz at the run game. Don't be afraid to sell out versus the run, guys. I have full confidence in your secondary in the cover two against these wide receivers. One thing that's important, you have outstanding corner in Charles Tillman, the former Louisiana Lafayette Raging Cajun himself, former teammate of mine, but he can play effective in that cover two. He's going to jam up. I would line him up on Braille Networks. That way you can match height with height, physicality with physicality, and you're going to force Sanchez to keep that football in his hand a half a second longer, and therefore that pressure will get more opportunities to get hits on the QB, and that's important. Now, what's also important, your safeties have to make sure they protect the middle of that field. So it's going to be up to Urlacher to get the proper drops, and those safeties to come crashing down to take away Keller operating out of the seams. I'm going with the Bears in this matchup. The Bears are going to come in, play well offensively. I think playing at home is going to be huge. Even though the Jets just came off an outstanding road victory against the Pittsburgh Steelers, I think coming in, the Bears are going to have to run the football. I think they're going to operate more so out that spread formation and weaken that pressure of the New York Jets and effectively pick apart the underneath coverage of the Jets defense. For more NFL previews, visit footballgameplan.com/NFL or visit our YouTube channel at youtube.com/footballgameplan.